Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And I want to say Shalom to Akim Nakwat out there, pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. And this one's kind of like a little follow-up in a way to yesterday's lesson, which was titled, E has monetized everything. And I was thinking about this lesson that I made today, and at first I didn't know if I wanted to make it or not, because I felt like it might have been a little bit too similar to yesterday's lesson. But after I guess I don't know if you would call it meditation, thinking it over, pondering over, I said, it's different enough. I got some different scriptures, and I think I only have one of the same, Isaiah 10:1. So I want to go and touch on that, right? So again, call all Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, and Shalom to you brothers and sisters. So we're going to go ahead and get right into this. This one's titled E and His Unrighteous Decrees, okay? E and His Unrighteous Decrees. So yesterday we were talking about how, they've monetized everything from fishing to camping to hunting to just everything, man, all right? This one, all right, now what those were unrighteous decrees at the end of the day, okay? And I want to touch more on just unrighteous decrees in general, because there are many of them, all right? And E likes to do these things. Now, as of lately, all right, there's been a lot of talk about the mark of the beast, all right? As a matter of fact, as I go to my subscription, you're probably going to start seeing a lot of videos on the mark of the beast, all right, more than likely. And if they're not titled that, they're more than likely speaking on them, in the videos. And it was, the past few days, mostly, let's see, we got let's see, of course, whenever you say it, you're not going to find those videos, but hey, man, we're getting to that point, we're getting to that point. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything as of right now, all right, but it was a couple days ago, so it's somewhere around here. All right. So, boom. Back up at the top. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. All right. Because the mark of the beast, it is coming at the end of the day. All right. That's the topics we have, right? Is, unrighteous decrees. I just listed a few of them. All right. There's more, but these are the ones that I just, right off the top, right, was child support. All right. Planned Parenthood. All right. Marriage, all right, marriage for the Moes, all right, Bible bans, all right, and soon, the mark of the beast. Now, I was watching a lesson today by Elder Apostle, all right, Gabar, and he was mentioning that it was, I don't know if it was him, I want to say it was him, I believe it was today, and he mentioned, to watch out for, around that time of the election, because after the election, or it might have even been Apostle Dahar, because it was Apostle Dahar speaking in Apostle Ramalah's video, it's like Apostle Gabar, Apostle Gabar's video, because Apostle Gabar was making a video in which he used a bit of Apostle Dahar's lesson that he was in there, all right? So, right after, and I wholeheartedly agree, man, you're going to see, and keep your eyes peeled, during the time of the election, hell, even right now, man, but even as we get closer to this election, and then, during the election and after the election, shit's gonna heat up, man. That's just how it works every time with the elections, man, every single time. All right, and I believe, like I said, it's more than likely going to be Kamala that gets in. All right, now, could Trump get in? He could get in, but like I said, I think who else but to leave the world, to lead the world down but a woman, right? Because, hey, let's go and get it. No, it's not that one. Let's get this one right here. That's a different one. That one's dealing with Eve, and she's not an Eve. All right, she's just she's a more than likely an Edomite, but she would appear to be an Elamite. Okay, so Ecclesiasticus 25:19 says, "All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her." You got to realize, unlike men, all right, these women do not think logistically, they think emotionally, all right, and you can't have that as a president, all right, so who else but lead who else but a woman to lead America, all right, the great whore, as it's called, to the end, all right? I think it would be absolutely hilarious, okay? So, E in His Unrighteous Decrees. And, you know, so these are all the things you got, man. And she, you know, she's a Democrat, and she's already with all this stuff. Her vice president is already, you know, they call him Tampon Tim. All right, he's already, you know, had it to where, you know, tampons are put into boys' bathrooms, which you might think is harmless. And sure, it's harmless, quote unquote, but it's weird, you know. And they're over here saying, oh, Trump's weird. I mean, yeah, he's weird too, but they're acting like they're not weird. You know, making little kids transition and dress up, little boys dress up as little girls, and little girls dress up as little boys, and getting weenies chopped off, and gender affirming care. That's not weird. That's weird. You're both weird. All right, blue and red. You're both fucking weird, man. You're weirdos, man. You're both weirdos. All right, and there was Democrats and Republicans that was popping up on that list of Epstein's Island. So guess what? You're both fucking weird. You're a bunch of weirdos, man. Once you get in that political affiliation up there on the top, you're fucking weird. All right, and hell, Edomites in general, they're just weird. Okay, so and being what she is, all right, with being, you know, a Democrat and a woman and all that stuff, you know, child support. There's going to be more laws for that. All right, there's going to be more Planned Parenthood. She's probably going to try to reverse all the Roe v. Wade stuff. All right, trying to make it where you can, you know, hell, probably even abort your baby way into late-term pregnancy. All right, marriage. You know, they're going to probably get more rights. Bible bans. All right, why? Because why are they going to ban the Bible? Because they don't like what's coming out. All right, things like what we're saying right now. All right, they don't like what it has to say about Moses. They don't like what it has to say about women. All right, they don't like what it has to say about anything. All right. So, and then soon, the mark of the beast for more control, man. More control. Where are you at? What are you eating? How much are you eating? You know, no more money under the table, right? You won't be able to get paid under the table, and you won't have bucks, all right, dollars and change, all right? You won't be able to use that, all right? That's not really the point today is the mark of the beast, but ultimately, that's where this is going with the unrighteous decrees, all right? Because what is a decree at the end of the day? Let's go and look up that word decree, because, well, let's first get the scripture, Isaiah 10 and 1. Through 2. It says, verse 1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. So the first thing we got to do is we got to go and look up let's go do some things here, all right? Because over here, all right, we deal with terminology. If you watch that video by Elder Apostle Gabar that had Elder Apostle Dahar in it, you know, he had that IUIC guy saying, no, I don't deal with terminology. What a dumb fucking unlearned statement to make. We don't deal with terminology. You know, it's anyway. So, you know, not that I'm associated or affiliated with them in any way. All right, that's been, you know, that's gone out. The decree's gone out. The law, the order, all right, has gone out by Apostle Dahar. All right, that Elder Apostle Dahar, that you know, doesn't really want the affiliate stuff. All right, being affiliate, you can teach, but just don't say you're affiliated. All right, there's too many bad eggs spoiling the bunch. Bear with me. Woo. There we go. Had to get a drink. I didn't have a drink before we started up, so doing all that talking. So what is woe? All right, great sorrow or distress. All right, misery, sorrow, distress. All right, sadness and unhappiness. So those things unto who? Them that decree unrighteous decrees. So what is a decree? What is a decree? To officially decide or order that something must happen, aka a law. All right, it's a law. All right, decree. A decree is a legal proclamation usually issued by the head of state, judge, royal figure, or other relevant authorities according to certain procedures. That's not what I wanted. Decree, an order usually having the force of law. A law, it's like an order, a law, all right? So a ruling, okay? So you see it. So a formal or authoritative order, especially one having the force of law. That's literally what a law is. What is a law? Law definition. A system of rules which a particular country or community recognizes as regulating the actions of its members and which it may enforce by imposition of penalties. All right, and usually put out a decree. Those laws are now in effect. Esau, all right, likes to put out those decrees. They're the ones putting out the unrighteous decree. Well, how do you know it's Esau? Well, let's see. We can go and get Job 9:24, which reads, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" So whoever is in rulership right now is wicked. Who is in rulership right now? Who's on the money? All right, who's on the money? Right? Edomites. Okay? So, and we're at the end of this thing. That's another way. Jacob is the beginning. All right, that falleth. All right, but there's another way to find out that Esau's in rulership right now. 2nd Esdras 6:9, because everyone says, oh, well, you know, even the Christians, they say, oh, we're at the end times. We're at the end times. And that's true. We are at the end times. Well, if you're admitting that we're in the end times, 2nd Esdras 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that falleth. So that means who's in rulership right now? The wicked, which Esau has already been called the border of wickedness. But if that's not enough for you, if you believe that we're in the end of this thing, you got to know that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that falleth. All right, and if you go through, Deuteronomy and you know the curses, all right, that would come on Jake. Who does that match up to? All right, who was bound with bound in what was it? Fetters of iron? What was it? A yoke of iron. Yokes of iron. All right, a yoke of iron. All right, boom, right there. Who do you see? Jake. All right, of course that's from a show, but still, yokes of iron. Deuteronomy 28:48. All right, all through Deuteronomy 28. All right, those curses were put upon our people. Okay. Those people, that was what was put upon our people, man. So you can't lie, you can't try to get away from it. All right. But we know you will. You know you'll try. All right, because you're liars at the end of the day. But Esau's in rulership right now, so they're the ones giving the laws. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Okay, so that's what's going on with these devils, man. Is that they're it's unrighteous decrees, man. Unrighteous decrees. That's exactly what's going on with these people, is unrighteous decrees, because that's what they love. They love to do unrighteous decrees and make unrighteous decrees, and that's just what they do. That's just who they is, right? So let's go and get Psalms, all right, 10:4 through 5. And it says, the wicked, wait, who's the earth given in a hand to? That's right, the wicked, duh. All right, we just read it, Psalms 10:4 through 5. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh. Why? Why not? Well, right here. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. He doesn't think about the Lord. He's not a godly man. All right. He's not a lordly man. Okay. He's a wicked, profane person. As profane as no one is profane as Esau. Here it is. Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. That's who he is. He's not a godly man. He's a profane man. All right, a wicked, filled with debauchery and disgusting and evilness. That's what type of man he is, right? Psalms 10:4 through 5. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. He's not thinking about the Lord. All right, he doesn't. All right, in verse 5, his ways are always grievous. Always, they're always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. All right, he blows smoke and says, psh, man, what you gonna do? Pff, you ain't gonna do shit. What are you gonna do, huh? Pff, you ain't got no money. All right, I could go and float around in a spaceship or build $1 billion bunker, and you'd never be able to find me. He. But the thing is, the Lord will be able to find you. We might not be able to, but the Lord will. So his ways are always grievous, these Edomites, man. They're always grievous. What is grievous? And be prepared for a picture of a Star Wars character, General Grievous. I don't know why it doesn't just give us the definition instead.
Grievous.
All right, it says very bad or serious. All right, his ways are always very bad or serious. All right, grievous. His ways are always grievous. So he doesn't do anything good. Matter of fact, we'll close out with that. Well, no, we'll get that now. We're gonna move it up because it flows well right now. So Ecclesiastes 14:7. What if he does do something good? His ways are always grievous. What if he does something good though? He's done good things. And Ecclesiastes 14:7. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at last he will declare his wickedness. What does that mean? It means, if he does good, he does it unwillingly. If good things come of something, like, for example, after the whole Kanye conspiracy, or controversy, not conspiracy, but controversy, all right, this truth had a big a bump, all right, of people interested in it, okay? And so did he do that willingly? No, that wasn't willingly. No, that was the Lord shooting an arrow back at him, as we're just going to get just here in a minute. Matter of fact, right after this scripture, Lord willing. And, he didn't willingly do that. Or they might, create a bomb, all right, ends up killing 10,000 people, and they bombed some people, but they didn't realize that, something that was in it, here it was, they bombed this really unfertile land and killed 10,000 people of the Iraqis or whatever. They didn't realize, I'm just making some shit up, not that this ever happened, but, something in the bomb made it to where the land all of a sudden started being really fertile, and crops started growing, and all these different things. See, that would be something that they didn't, oh man, dang it, and they didn't mean to do it willingly. All right, they did it unwillingly. All right, the only thing that was supposed to happen was that it was supposed to kill a bunch of people, but it ended up having this effect too, and they didn't like that effect. They just wanted it for the killing. All right, and the Lord, does little things like that to play with these punks, man, because they'll try to do something like that. They'll try to create something for wickedness, and then for example, the internet. All right, and then now look what's happening. All right, it's a big mover of the truth. All right, the devil didn't want that. That was unwilling. Okay, he didn't want that. Hell, at this point, he's probably like, shut the goddamn internet down. And he's eventually going to want to shut this internet down, the devil, because he doesn't want people to be able to communicate with each other. I can go over on Reddit right now. I can go over on YouTube, or I can go to Gmail or any of these other places, or hell, any of these things. Some of these Bible things might have a forum, Target, probably has comments, So all these other things, storefronts and all that stuff, they all have comments and reviews, and you could type in a review, these people are watching us, I'm hiding in this review, they don't want none of that. So ultimately, they're just going to try to take the internet down, all right? And the Lord will more than likely allow them to let it be done, okay? So, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness, because that's who he is at the end of the day. A wicked man, Esau Edom, the red beast man, the wood woos, all right? The hairy bastard himself. That's who he is, all right? So, let's go and get Psalms 64:2. Probably end up being around 20-something minutes long. Not too long, but hey, as long as he gets the point out, Lord willing. So this is Psalm 64:2 through 8. Let me go ahead and grab another drink of water real quick. All right. So, Psalm 64:2 through verse 8. It reads, verse 2. Well, actually, we might as well just get up from verse 1. It's kind of like an opener, verse 1, but we'll get it. It says, to the chief musician, verse 1, Psalm 64:1, and we're going to read all the way down through 8. Verse 1, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Okay, so counsel. And like I like to use the Jedi council. All right. Jedi council, right? Because it's got a good picture in here. All right. All right. You see it, Yoda, right? I like Star Wars, Mace Windu. I'm not the craziest big Star Wars fan. I mean, I like it, but I can't say that. I really do like it, but I don't know a lot about the lore. I can't just name every character and stuff like that. But here it is. We got Kiadi Mundi, Plo Koon, Mace Windu, Yoda. Some of these names I can't pronounce, but you see. All right, Yaddle. You got more over here. Kit Fisto, Obi-Wan Kenobi. All right, Anakin Skywalker. All right, you got some of the people that were once dead that appear from time to time too, as you can see right here. And Force Ghosts. Right. Anyway, I like this picture here because I like looking at these Jedi Council photos because, or something like this. This is a perfect photo. All right, this is an AI generated photo, but this is a perfect photo. All right, ignore the fact that it's Star Wars and just taking the fact that it's a council. It says, "Hide me from the secret council of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." All right, we're going to continue on and then we'll come back to that photo. Verse 3, "Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them?" So these devils, Edomites, all right, not these Jedi, not these Jedi, right? They sit around in rooms like this, in places that we don't know, all right, with a table just like this, probably longer, all right? And they sit around, and these are the elites, all right, the Rothschilds, the Vanderbilts, all right, come on now, the Rothschilds, the Vanderbilts, the big Jewish banking families. There's another one that it's just not, they're not coming to my mind for whatever reason. Rothschild, all right. Translate, hey. Yeah, sure. All right. Wealthy family last names. The Betancourts, Rockefellers, right? The Vanderbilts, Rothschilds. There's another one. It's the God damn it. DuPont. That's what I was looking for. DuPont. There was actually a guy, a fucking asshole, that came into my job the other day with the last name DuPont. And he's a fucking dickhead. Anyway, but you see it here. So they, these DuPonts and Vanderbilts and Rothschilds and Rockefellers, they sit around, right? And they sit here. What an annoying fucking song. Okay, there we go. Call all you how bush me how shy. So so they sit around these tables and these things, and they sit and they think, what type of wickedness can we do? What type of snares can we lay? And what is a snare set for at the end of the day? To trap people, all right? To trap people, to catch men. Is that in this one? And catch men. Right here. Well, this is, no, that's different. That's dealing with other Jake Slakia. So, but yeah, man, that's what they do. They sit around these tables and they think, what we should do? We should come out with a new, a national, how do I want to say this without getting this thing straight? A sickness, right? We should roll one out. Okay, we should roll one out across, just nationally, and see how this one affects Australia, or try it in America, or see if this one just, put it in Africa. No one will see it, no one will know if it's there, right? And they'll do these things. They'll say, oh, well, we should put out another decree. How can we create chaos? All right, because they live by the code of order ob chaos, order through chaos. That's how they get their order, so they think, right? And that's what they do, man. And they're hidden in these little rooms, all right. And in Coruscant, not really, but they in places like Coruscant, just I don't remember if this is in Coruscant. It looks like Coruscant, but they sit in these little things, probably just like Coruscant, man. And these little rooms just like this, some highway, because his habitation is high, right? Let me skip this. Because his habitation is high, as the scriptures say, right? So he probably sits in some Coruscant-looking ass motherfucking place, up in the top of a skyscraper that has a secret access tunnel, and they're sitting there, all right, and they're just, having these conversations, and nobody knows but them, all right? Nobody knows but them. If you happen to somehow find out, then boom, you get got. Okay? And that's how they do it. And they say, oh, who shall see them? Like it says in verse 5, right? They're bending their bows. What are their arrows? Their arrows are what? Wicked ideologies and unrighteous decrees, right? And they bend them back to shoot at the perfect, right? As it says in verse 4, 3 and 4. Verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They encourage themselves to do evil. You should do that. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Right? That's what they do. Verse 6, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. So they search out iniquities, wickedness upon wickedness, and they find out how they can push them out, how they can put them out there. You know, get another nasty ratchet Jake woman and have her shake her ass on the YouTube and all these other different places, and have them make that be the idol for the young women. Now, and we also need another Jake man, and make him a gangbanger and talk about selling drugs and killing people, and make him the idol for the young men. All right, and have them worship those people and look up to those people, and make them, make those two rappers very, very, or football players or whatever they have them do. They don't give Jake much opportunity. It's always usually a sports or music. That's it. That's all you usually got. Sometimes actors, but then they usually don't get that big. They're big, but not as big as these rappers. Nobody's really like idolizing and looking up to like people like Will Smith. All right, but if you look at people look up to people like Chief Keef or like Migos or all these different other fucking rappers, man. All right, and and have them do wickedness, man, and you can give them a lot of money. All right, and then these people see, oh, if I do these things, I can get money too. If I sell drugs, I can get money too. If I'm a gangbanger, I can get money too. Or if I do OnlyFans, or if I shake my ass, or I dress like this, men will like me. And it's really just sowing discord and making everything backwards, man. Making everything backwards. All right, in verse 7. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Here it was. They had their arrows, their bows bent with their arrows, right? But the Lord's going to shoot at them. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And shit like this happens, man. And it's like, not shit, Slakia. But things like that happen where you see, shit start to get uncovered. Not that this is, but the shit that gets uncovered. Like the shit that Diddy does. All right, those Diddy parties. All right, the Lord shot at these Edomites, and now, because people are talking Diddy party. No, that's a conspiracy theory. There's no such thing. All of a sudden, Diddy parties are a real thing now. Interesting indeed. Okay, interesting indeed. And now, all the people, hey man, these rappers, man, these rappers are fruity. These people are bending over, and it's coming out now. All right, and their tongues have fallen upon themselves because the Lord shot an arrow at them. And all that stuff, all their dirty laundry's now out in the open, man. So hey, these devils, man, they're going under. They're going under for show. So let's get Proverbs 4 and 16. Then I gotta get going before I'm late. Let's get Proverbs 4 and 16. It says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall." There you go. Let's read 17. "For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence." These Edomites, man, their ways are always grievous. Unrighteous decrees. All right, Bible bans, marriage, mark of the beast, all these things, man. But hey, we know who they are, all right, and they know who they are, and they know that we know who they know that we know that they are. But hey, man, that's how it is. That's the lesson. We're gonna go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, it was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Till next one, Lord willing, shalom.